All right, you're set. I'm going to push pause recording. So I hope everyone's had a wonderful week. Do you guys have anything that you would like to share with us before we start our training? Anybody have any stories they want to share? Any successes? Any questions? Last time that we had our training, we did role play with phone calls for listings, right? Have you guys had a chance? Has anybody had a chance to implement that and use that training at all? No, not really. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do today.
No enough.
Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you guys are on here. All right, so we have a fun training today. I appreciate everybody's participation. I think last week, I feel like last week's training was a lot more practical in the sense where we're going over what you're really gonna use, and I wanted to kind of stick with that training and build off of it. So I told you guys that I was going to be ramping up my own prospecting, and I have been since we've talked about it. I've done a couple of buyer's representation appointments, gotten listing appointments. So at least for me, the ball's starting to roll, and I hope for you guys it is also. Now, one of the questions that I keep getting asked is like, how are you getting these appointments? So there is absolutely nothing that I do that I don't share with you guys. I want you to know that up front. I share everything with you guys. There's nothing that I'm holding back and like, oh no, this is my secret sauce. I tell you all of it, okay? I tell you guys everything that I do. Now, we have to take into consideration that everybody's process is going to look a little bit different. For a lot of you, it's because, you know, you're brand new. So when you're brand new, it looks a little bit different than when you've been in for a while. The biggest difference is that we have past clients that we're getting referrals off of. We have people that have worked with us in the past that trust us enough to send somebody else. However, I want you to understand that even if you're new and you don't have any past clients or very few past clients, that doesn't mean that you don't already have people in your sphere of influence that know, like, and trust you. You lived before you were a realtor, right? You were alive before you were a realtor. You dealt with people before you were a realtor. You had a job before you were a realtor, most of you. I think the only person maybe is Oscar because he's like came straight out of high school. But most of you guys worked before you became a realtor. So you worked with people. You served people at some point, right? So those people that you served in the past, those are your past clients, guys. If you brought them service before in a different industry, that's still a past client. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when I got into real estate is I made the mistake of thinking like, oh, well, whoever I worked with before, like, that's not really like who I need to tend to, and they didn't know me in the real estate realm. And that's just not true. That's not true. Those are going to be some of your biggest clients because they're in your sphere of influence. They've worked with you before, and you've already cultivated that rapport and that trust. So remember, always keep in mind, whenever you're a little doubtful about like who wants to do business with me, which is an ongoing question that you should be asking yourself, who wants to do business with me? Who wants to do business with you? People that know you, people like that like you, and people that trust you. This is why I'm so big on social media, because on social media, if they are following you, then they know you. That's it. Like literally knowing you is just knowing you. Like, oh yeah, I know the girl that lives upstairs in my apartments. She's the one that drives the Civic. Like she's the one with the kids. Like they know me. Okay. Now, do they like me? Okay. On social media, if they're following me for an extended amount of time, odds are that they like me to some degree. Otherwise, why would they be following me? Now you're going to get people that are going to follow you that don't like you at all and they're just haters, but we're not going to focus on those, okay? Those are going to be there, get used to them. Like they're just going to be that 1 to 5% that we really just don't focus on. They're there, let them be there. Now, do they trust me? Okay? The trust comes in when we bring value to people. Okay. So I'm constantly talking to you guys about your value proposition. What value do you give your clients? I had a conversation with my cousin the other day. My cousin, she's a newlywed. She's, thinking about starting her family soon. I've been talking to her and her husband about buying a house. She's very involved with my career, but she doesn't own a house yet. And she called me or she texted me. Oh, I forgot to record. Oh no, I am recording. Okay. Just kidding. So she texted me and she was like, hey, this was 2 days ago. She texted me and she said, hey, I'm trying to get on Zillow and it's not working. Do you know what's going on with it? They think that we're Zillow experts. We have nothing to do with Zillow. Zillow's a third party, right? And I said, you know what? I don't know what's going on with Zillow, but if you go into my Instagram, there's a link in there and you can actually look at properties through my link. Now that link is the same website that Realty One provides for us. So Realty One provides our personal website. It's a link in it and it's like my ROG something / your name. Okay. And that link, they can go in and they can search properties and they can also input their information. And when they do that, you'll get a text message saying like, hey, you have this person that's interested in getting more information. So now you have the lead. So anyways, this is, I have to stress to you, this is somebody that I talk to a lot. She's in my business a lot. She helps me with marketing. She's a marketing director here in El Paso. So she helps me with my marketing. She knows my next moves before anybody else does. She's very in the know with what I do. You know what she told me? She said, I didn't know you had that there. How of all people did she not know that I had that there? And she told me, I had no idea that you had that there. I think you should put out a video for that. So if you guys follow me on social media, I did that. Actually, this was yesterday, right? Yesterday. I did it the very same day. I was like, I can't believe that of all people, she's one of my biggest supporters, one of my biggest followers. She's in my business. Like she really is in there. And she didn't know that I had that in my profile. So she didn't know that I even had this tool available. So I made that video. And if you guys are on, one of the reasons that I like Instagram so much is because when you get a business page, you can track what's going on with like who's seeing what. So I'm going to see if you guys can you see that at all? All right. So these are the videos that I posted up here. And then if I click on it, I can see like my engagement. And so right here, it's telling me on the very first one, I had a reply. On the second one, I had a profile visit. Profile visit's pretty good. That means they wanted a little bit more information. On this next one, I had 4 profile visits and 1 website click. That's what I'm looking for right there. I want to see that the information that I'm giving, and I rarely get website clicks on my page. It's something that I've noticed that I don't get a lot of, but just putting out that information like, hey guys, did you know that I can help you? You can search for houses without like calling me directly, because remember, whenever people want to look for houses, they have to put themselves out there for you. And sometimes they don't want to do that. So instead of having them look on Zillow, wouldn't it be cool if they were linked to your page? Anyways, I went on a little rant, but I say this to say that was the value proposition that I was giving yesterday. Okay, yesterday, my day yesterday, that was the value proposition I was getting for anybody that's watching or following me. Okay, let's say you know me, let's say you like me. What value am I giving you? Well, now I just gave everybody the opportunity to window shop freely without having to contact me, because people don't like to contact salespeople. And so that was just something that I learned. Now, I guess that goes back to what I was talking about before. Like, what am I doing to get leads? Staying very active on social media. I push it with you guys a lot. I understand that it's something that you have to get into the habit of, because I wasn't always as active on social media as I am today. I promise I wasn't. When I first started real estate, I didn't want to be on social media. I really didn't. Like, it was just not something that I was interested in. Realtors would tell me, hey, get on social media. I fought it. I fought it and I fought it. And one day I decided to post a listing. And that same day I got a lead off of that listing. And after that, I was like, oh, fine, you win. I'll be on social media. And ever since then, it has to become a habit that you cultivate. Just like when you say that you're going to start going to the gym, it's hard in the beginning. You don't want to wake up in the morning. It's a whole new habit that you have to acquire, and it takes work, and you naturally want to resist it. Just like when you decide to go on a diet or give up drinking Coke or drinking alcohol or smoking, it's a new habit that you have to acquire. It's difficult. I'm not sitting here telling you that it's easy, but you know what? You're business owners. So you have to get disciplined, and you have to make that commitment to you, not to me. Your bank account doesn't affect my bank account. The way that you live doesn't affect the way that I live. It's for you. That's your commitment to you. So get on social media. Like I keep telling you guys, if you want to tag me, I will share your post. Tag me, share your post, or ROG, tag the ROG page, and we'll share your posts just to help you with that exposure. Or comment, well, like and comment. If you guys follow each other, even just commenting on each other's posts, that helps. Okay, when you like somebody's post, when you comment on it, or when you share it, obviously sharing each other's posts might be a little counterintuitive because you're all looking for the same clients. But if you're commenting on each other's posts, that helps. Okay, it really does help. Get active on social media. You're gonna reach a lot more clients. It's not something that you're gonna get an instant return on, but over time, you're building your brand. So you're building brand awareness. You're allowing people to know you and like you better. And then you have a space to give that value that you have. So think about your social media as a platform. It's like if there was a school, a college that would open the doors to the auditorium every day for you and fill that auditorium with 800 to 1,000 people every day and say, hey, you can get on the stage if you want to and talk about your services. Why wouldn't you do it? That's 800, 900, 1,000 people that are going to sit there and watch and listen to you. Now, you're not going to grab all of their attention in the exact same way. Maybe you'll grab this guy's attention today and this guy's attention tomorrow and that guy's attention the next day. It's a process, but do it. So that's the first way that we're getting leads right now. Okay, because that's what this training is. Like, how do I get these leads? We went over the role play. We're gonna do some role playing today, by the way. So get ready. I hope y'all's energy is good. We're gonna do some role playing, but that's the first way. Second way, what do we want right now? Do we want buyers or do we want listings? Mouth it. At least mouth it. At least let me see you mouth listings. We want listings, right? So something that you guys can do, and this is something that I started doing this week, do CMAs for people without them having to ask you. Don't wait for somebody to ask you for a CMA. Just do CMAs. Go into your contacts see who has a house, who owns a house. You just go in there, start scrolling. Oh, this person has a house and I have their address. This person has a house and I have their address. Go in and do CMAs. I challenge you guys to do 5 CMAs per day. Now, remember, we don't want to get a set number. We don't want to say your house is worth $180,000. We want to get a range, because the idea is, all right, now I'm going to get these CMAs. Ask Anaí. Can you guys, are you on video?
I'm right here.
She's right there. Okay. So we did this. We started this on Tuesday, right?
On Monday, I think.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. Pulled out a couple of addresses and said, here, do these CMAs. Okay. She ran a couple of CMAs. As she's running CMAs, I'm calling people. Okay. What do I do when I call people? Michelle and Alvaro, there's 2 of you. One of you do CMAs, one of you call. Like, it literally, that's the way that we were doing it. So I'm not spending time on the CMAs. I don't need a perfect CMA. I just need a range, right? So she's running CMAs. I'm calling people. What do we do when we call people? What do we say?
Can I?
Yes.
Okay, so Denise was doing Ford.
We start with Ford.
Because obviously she didn't want to just call and be like, hey, I just randomly did a CMA on your house and this is how much it's worth. No. So she's calling friends, she's calling past clients. So she's doing the Ford thing, you know, she's talking to them, engaging with them. And then she goes, you know, at the end, that's when she goes, hey, you know, right now for my past clients and friends, I'm doing free CMAs, you know, just so that you know where your house sits. And she gives them a range. I'm not kidding. I think we did 5 or 6. 3 of them were like, okay, that sounds interesting. Like, yeah.
Let me talk to my husband. Let me talk to my wife, and maybe we can have you come over.
Yeah. So it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Why? Because I'm giving them value. These are my friends, guys. Like, I'm not gonna.
Wants to say something.
Oh, I don't see her. Sorry. Go ahead, Connie.
No, I just wanted to give an opinion. Instead of tell clients that we wanted to make a free market analysis, we should say courtesy market analysis.
Courtesy, complimentary. Yeah. I actually don't use the word free a whole lot. I try not to. I try to use the word complimentary. Complimentary or courtesy. It sounds different. You don't want to get into the habit of people thinking that your services are free, because in reality, your services are not free. So it just sounds a little more professional, but that's a good tip, Connie. Thank you. So the reason that I do this, guys, and the way that I put it to my friends and my family is like, hey, I know you haven't told me anything about selling. I don't know if you guys are thinking about selling. I just want you to know that right now the market is on fire. Your house right now is worth more than it's ever been worth before. If you guys are thinking about selling, now is the time to do it. I already did a preliminary CMA on your house, and don't use the word CMA either. People don't know what CMA is. I already did a preliminary market analysis on your home, and I know that we could sell it somewhere between 200 and 230, 120 and 150. Give that range, okay? Whatever that range is. And I know that I could sell it in a weekend, okay? And I know that if you need more time to move out, I can get you more time to move out. I know that I can get you every penny that you deserve for that house. So just in case you guys are thinking about selling, or you've thought about it, or you've played with the idea, I wanted you to know this is what it is. Now, if you want to entertain this idea a little more, let me know. I'll go out there. I'll check out the house and I'll get you a better estimate about exactly how much I can sell it for. Anaí was there. We didn't practice this training. She was there. She heard it. She saw it. There were a lot of people that were interested. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? Their house has never been worth more, okay?
So that's the other thing. You started off saying that social, like marketing yourself on social media is so important. And you guys, it is, because almost all of the calls that she made were also because they were like, oh yeah, I've been seeing, that you've been posting that the market is hot. So we have had it in the back of our mind, but now that you told me this, I'm going to talk to my husband. I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm going to talk to my whoever I need to talk to so we can get the house probably on the market. Like, they are watching you. They are.
Yeah.
They are. And they know that you're realtors. So if you don't post a lot that has to do with you being a realtor, I mean, it just, you have to let the world know you're a realtor. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Don't be a secret realtor. Let the world know. You got to let the world know. So moving forward, I would like to do some role play. Okay. I would like, because last time we talked about like, how do I get the lead to set an appointment from when they're reaching out to you? But I think a lot of the struggle is, well, what if nobody's reaching out to me? Well, what do I do? Well, then you reach out to them. Okay, well, how do I do that? Well, we just told you. We just told you how you do that. So we're going to role play now as if you have done this and you're calling either a friend, a past client, a tío, a tía. Really, you guys, it doesn't matter. Understand that you're bringing a lot of value to people, even if they don't want to sell. You don't think that they feel good to know, like, damn, my house is worth that much right now? That's awesome. That's a great investment that I made 20 years ago. They feel good about it. Let them feel good about it. Let them soak in it. And then if they're not interested, before you get off the call, you let them know, like, hey, so you see that right now homes are worth so much. If you know anybody else that you think might possibly be thinking about selling, or they just own a house and you want me to do this for them, let me know. Give them my information. Give me their information. I can do this all day, every day. I want the world to know this is what the market looks like. And if there's any way that I can help you, your friends, or your family, I'm here. I want to do that for you. Okay. So it might not be them. They might be able to refer you somebody just because you did that for them. And guys, they're going to enjoy that call. Please tell me, if somebody calls you right now and they're, Alberto, if somebody calls you right now and they're like, hey, did you know that the price of your dogs just went up by $500? That just a friend out of the blue. Tell me you wouldn't appreciate that.
I definitely would.
You would appreciate that. Like, you really genuinely would. Oscar, if your friend called you out of the blue and was like, hey man, you know that car that you own? You know that it just went up in value because they stopped making them, and you can probably net an additional $2,000 on it. Do you want to sell it? Would you appreciate that? You would appreciate.
Of course I would sell it.
Yeah, you would appreciate that. Okay. So I really dive into that, and I really want to make it clear to you guys, because I think a lot of times you guys get in your head and you think like, I'm gonna, it's because I'm gonna sound like a salesperson, or I'm gonna be, es que no los quiero molestar. No los están molestando. You're giving them value, okay? And there's gonna be one person que está amargado con la vida, que sí los vas a molestar. Pero a ellos les molesta todo. It's not you. It's not you, I promise. It's not you. Están amargados. And maybe, just maybe, your call might still make their day because you asked about their family and their occupation, and they had a little bit of time to complain to somebody about their miserable life. And then you sent them somewhat of a positive message, and you gave them a little bit of positive vibes. Maybe, just maybe, you lifted their spirits just a little bit. Okay. All right, do we have volunteers? Who's feeling brave? Let's see who's feeling brave. I'm sure. Nobody's feeling brave. Bunch of chickens. Just kidding, you guys. All right, Alberto, you're up. You're definitely up. Alberto's been very active with our trainings. He sat in on a couple of our buyers' presentations. So I think that you're more ready than you think you are. You are going to be our realtor. And Alvaro, you're gonna be who like Alberto, since you're brand new, who would be people that you would go down in your contact list that you would see? Maybe past clients from your business?
Maybe,
Who have their
yeah.
addresses?
I don't know, like I'm kind of at the age where a lot of my friends and people I know are getting married. So
Okay,
I've
so
been thinking about contacting them.
okay, yeah, and you're gonna find a lot of buyers in that price range. What about a cousin? Okay, Alvaro, you're gonna be a cousin. You're gonna be like an older cousin. You're married. You got a house with your wife a few years ago. You're a little older. Y'all don't talk maybe like a whole lot, or maybe you do, but you're a cousin. You're just a cousin, okay?
Okay.
And Alberto, you're just gonna call and run through everything that we just went through to the best of your ability, okay?
Like to offer them the CMA.
So you already did a CMA on his house and you already have a price range. You're gonna run through Ford. Do you remember what Ford is? Because you're pretty new to these trainings. I don't know if you know.
I've heard it before, but I can't remember from the top of my head right now.
Okay, so I'm totally putting you on the spot. Ford. Whenever you call somebody, you can run through the Ford template. So F stands for family. Hey, how's the family doing? How are the kids doing? How's your wife? Occupation. How's your job? So O is for occupation. R is for recreation. So this one you can kind of switch it up, like especially right now with COVID, it's just kind of like, what are you guys doing for fun? Have you done anything for fun? Are you guys still quarantined? Like, what's your life look like right now, really? And then D is for desire or dream. So like we're still pretty early in the year. I like to ask about like, so what are you guys trying to do this year? Like, what are your goals? I genuinely love to hear about people's goals because I never know if there's some way that I could add to that. But we're still pretty early in the year. So like, hey, do you guys have any big plans this year? Like, what are you guys gonna do? Dreams or desires? So that's gonna be your template to follow. Depending on how long the conversation's going, sometimes I cut it short because I also don't want to be on the phone for an hour with one of my prospects. It's too much time. So like I might get through F and O and be on the phone for like a good 20-30 minutes, and I might just at that point cut through to the end, or just kind of like rush the last part or whatever. So but that's the template that you want to follow. So you'll follow that template. And then in the end, you're gonna let them know, hey, I did a preliminary market analysis on your home. I just wanted to explain to you, like the market is super hot. I'm not sure how much you're tracking this right now, but I just really wanted to give you this information just in case you guys are thinking about selling anytime soon. Like I need you to know this information because I don't want any of my friends or family not knowing the information. And then 3, 4, 5 months later when the market changes, like, Denise, but I didn't know. Like, nah, you knew because I called you and I told you. I'm gonna make sure you know. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
And action.
Hi Alvaro, how are you doing today?
Hey, what's up, primo?
Nothing much, man. Long time we haven't spoken. How's the family doing?
It's good. Yeah, everything is good. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I actually just got licensed in Texas for real estate.
I saw you with your traje and your corbatita. Yeah, pretty nice.
Thank you. Yeah. I just got started and I have some good news for you. I know you just bought a house last year. You might not be looking to sell, but I want to let you know that right now is a very, very good opportunity to sell. It's a seller's market right now, so you can probably get more and sell your house faster than you would normally do so. In case you're interested, I've already prepared a market analysis just to give you a range of the value of you can get it for your home right now. If you're interested, then we can go from there.
Oh, for reals? Yeah, yeah. We just bought it last year, but I didn't know. Sellers market sounds pretty interesting. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We just bought it. We still enjoying the house, like if it's still new.
Yeah, I understand. I just wanted to let you know because it's a very good opportunity, like I said. I know you just bought the house. If you guys still want to stay there, I totally understand. But I just wanted to call you and let you know that it's a possibility, you know? I'm never close to good possibilities and good opportunities. And if even if you don't decide to sell it, I'm still gonna be here for anything real estate wise that you need. And even if somebody you know needs help, I'll be more than happy to help them out. And you'll be helping me out by referring me as well.
Yeah, yeah, why not? So since we're talking about this, I mean, I love our house. We love our house, but I know we don't have walk-in closets now that we're talking about this, and these closets are pretty small. So we just bought the house, but let's say we just probably want to hear more about this market analysis and see if we could sell a house and probably get another one a little bigger. But is that even possible? I mean,
Yes, that's definitely a possibility. We could get together maybe this weekend, and I could show you the analysis I created over your property, and we can kind of go from there. I can give you a range of values that's the what you can get for the property essentially. And yeah, if you're interested, we can definitely sit down and I'll go over the details with you.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if you want to show me numbers and see where we at, because I mean, we just bought it, and I don't know. I mean, I still owe the whole house, the whole amount. So yeah, I mean, you can show me numbers and see what happens.
Excellent. How does Friday afternoon sound? Are you available?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have some beers here so we can talk about that and something else.
Great. Yeah, we'll catch up.
All right. Say hi to my tia
Yeah, definitely. You have a
already.
good day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yay, good job, good job, good job. What I love about it, Alberto, is that you really paid attention to like hey, this is the value proposition that I'm bringing. Like you did that, you really did that spot on. Work your for it a little more. I know you're not as familiar with it as everybody else maybe, because we talk about for it all the time. You do want to work your for it a little bit more because you want it to be a little more personal. You also don't want to just dive straight into that because you don't want people that you call, especially your friends and your family, you don't want them avoiding you in the future. You don't want them thinking that every time he calls, all he's calling about is business. Okay.
Okay.
So
So maybe a little bit more small talk.
you need a little bit more small talk.
Okay.
And you need to let them talk about them first. I know you're super excited because you just got your license, and I think he even brought it up. You have to control the conversation and redirect it to him. Allow him to talk about him for a minute, even though he brought up your stuff and he's excited about it too. You have to redirect it and let him. You got to catch up with him a little bit. You gotta like. You have to do that, especially if it's your friends and your family. Look, you're just going to get busier and you're not going to have a whole lot of time to talk to them. Like if there's one thing that I miss about being a realtor is I don't have a whole lot of time to hang out with my friends and my family anymore. So these phone calls, they're actually really important to me because this is when I get to catch up with them. So allow that time to see what's up with them in their life, okay? Because that's actually a lot more important, if I'm being completely honest. That portion of it is a lot more important because it solidifies your position in their life. The part of you being a realtor, that's gonna come. If they're your friends and your family and these are close people to you, they're gonna wanna support you and you're gonna have the opportunity to talk about that, but give them a minute to talk about them and see what's going on in their life, because they might actually volunteer the other information while you're talking about this. For example, one time I was making my calls and I hadn't talked to one of my friends in a while. And so I'm asking her about, the friends, her family. I didn't realize that she was about to go through a divorce. I hadn't talked to her in a while and she was about to go through a divorce. So when I'm running through Ford, that's when I figured that out. And in reality, because this is a friend of mine, I'm like, well, damn, like, that's not what I want to hear. It's not good news that you're going through a divorce. So it gives me a little opportunity to like, well, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How are the kids? Where are you at in the process? But at the end of the day, it actually does turn into a lead kind of organically, because now it's like, well, look, girl, at the end of the day, I know that you're going through your thing and I know that this is the last thing that you want to hear, but I have to tell you, if you're going through a divorce, you have to sell the house, okay? And here's why. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you this value, and I'm going to give you a little bit of guidance in this process, because that divorce, that's her life right now. That's the big event in her life. It's as big as having a child. It's as big as having a wedding. It's as big as having a death in the family. This divorce is consuming her life right now. So any little bit of help she can get, she's going to appreciate. Okay. So good job. Thank you so much for your participation. We are going to call on another 2 volunteers. So I'm going to bring in Miss Connie. Miss Connie, you're going to be the realtor.
No, mi reina.
Yes. Miss Connie's an OG. She's been doing this for a minute. She can do this better than most of us can do it. She knows what she's doing.
No.
Yes. Lo puedes hacer en español si quieres.
Ay, linda. Mejor que practiquen los que son nuevos.
Es que quiero que oigan cómo se hace. How is it done? You got this. See?
Ay, okay. 1 minute.
Talk fast. All right. Michelle, you're gonna be the seller, okay? Lo pueden hacer en español, si prefieren en español, okay? You're gonna be the seller and we will make Michelle a past client of yours. Okay, you sold her a house 2-3 years ago. She's a past client. 3, 4, 5 years ago, however many years ago, but she's a past client. Okay, ready? And
Ready.
action.
Hola, Michelle, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, Cani, muy bien. ¿Y usted? ¡Qué milagro!
Ya sé, mucho tiempo de no hablar. Siempre te mando mensajitos y te mando, pues, tarjetitas de Navidad, de Thanksgiving, pero ahora decidí llamarte y pues para saludarte. ¿Qué has hecho?
Ay, Connie, pues muchas gracias por su llamada. Pues yo estoy bien, estamos bien aquí, sobrellevando esta situación de la pandemia y pues a mí me da mucho gusto verla a usted que le va bien, la veo mucho en redes sociales y pues la veo muy activa ahí, qué bueno, me da mucho gusto.
Sí, linda, sigo en este campo del bienes raíces y respecto a eso, por eso te llamaba, aparte de saludarte, preguntarte si si has pensado ahorita que el mercado está tan activo, vender tu casa y cambiarte, comprar una nueva casa, si has pensado para cambiar, vender y comprar.
¿Sabe qué, Cani? Fíjese que estaba pensando en eso. Estaba yo platicando con mi esposo y estábamos pensando en a lo mejor agarrar una casa más grande porque pues ya siento un poquito chica esta. Ya ve que la compré hace muy poco tiempo, pero pues no sé la verdad cómo sería eso porque pues estamos pagándola. No sé qué tan pronto pudiera comprar otra o qué tendría que hacer.
Bueno, primero que nada, pues tendríamos que sentarnos a platicar. Te puedo mandar un estudio de mercado sencillo para darte una idea de cómo está el mercado y cuánto tu casa podría valer en el mercado actual. Y también pues saber si quieres una casa nueva o una usada. Tengo mucha experiencia en construcción, te puedo guiar con un buen constructor. Si me permites, te mando este estudio de mercado de cortesía y luego ya platicamos, luego voy a tu casa, hago una cita en tu casa para luego ya tomar nota y datos de tu propiedad para darte un estudio de mercado más completo.
Pues me parece muy bien, Cani, sería muy buena idea porque pues yo estaba pensando eso y le digo, comentándolo con mi esposo, que si es posible vender mi casa y comprar otra, pero ¿qué necesitaría? ¿Qué tengo que hacer?
Primero que nada, no te quiero dejar sin casa y tenemos que ver si el banco te califica. Antes de poner tu casa en venta, te puedo dar los números de cuánto vale tu casa, pero tenemos que ver con una hipotecaria a ver si calificas y luego ya sobre eso necesitaría inclusive datos de tu hipotecaria para decirte cuánto, necesito saber cuánto debes para sacar un análisis y cuánto gastarías para vender tu casa y cuánto te quedaría para que estés enterada, porque a veces si debes más de lo que vas a gastar, pues vas a tener que desembolsar de tu
Oh,
dinero.
Cani, entonces, y a mí me gustaría pagar la nueva casa, este, o sea, tendría que hablarlo pues primero con un banco.
Correcto, hay que hablar primero si calificas. Si tú calificas para comprar una casa, de acuerdo a tus ingresos, y también hay que ver que entre más debas, menos poder de compra tienes. Entonces, primero platicar con una hipotecaria y a ver si calificas, por cuánto calificas y también pues a la vez hacerte el estudio de análisis para saber cuánto tienes de equity y ya sobre eso ver los números y ver qué te conviene. Casa nueva, casa usada y qué cantidad.
Muy bien. Bueno,
Parece.
sí, Cani, entonces, pues nos ponemos de acuerdo para una cita porque sí me interesa mucho y quiero que me explique con detalles y sirve de que está mi esposo.
Perfecto. Te voy a mandar el estudio de análisis, una estimación y a la vez te voy a mandar información de algún loan officer para que platiques con ellos. Tienes derecho de hablar con tres, de que te corran crédito, de que tú tengas la oportunidad de ver quién te ofrece mejor interés inclusive. ¿Ok? Esas
Ah,
dos cosas para empezar.
Oiga, Cani, pero sí me conviene venderla o qué me sugiere usted en este tiempo, ¿cómo ve usted?
Ahorita se dice que es el mercado de los vendedores, pero yo siempre les digo que también es de los compradores. ¿Por qué? Porque el interés está muy bajo. Tú vas a ganar en ambas cosas, en vender y en comprar.
Ujú.
Y tu casa se puede vender muy rápido porque sí es el mercado de los vendedores.
Muy bien. No, pues muchas gracias, Cani. Me dio gusto que me llamara y pues fíjese, estábamos pensando en eso, así que muy interesante lo que me está explicando, pero sí hay que verlo un poquito más a fondo. Entonces, me parece buena idea tener una cita.
Muy bien, entonces iniciaremos por los dos datos de enviarte el estudio de mercado y mandarte información de los loan officers y estaremos en comunicación. ¿Te parece?
Me parece muy bien, Cani. ¿Qué precio tiene el estudio de mercado?
Es de garantía, es de cortesía. Un
Ay, qué
supermercado de
padre.
cortesía.
Ok, bueno,
Ok,
entonces así
bueno.
le hacemos, Cani.
Gracias y estamos en comunicación. Buen día.
Gracias. Buen día,
Hasta
igualmente.
luego. Gracias.
Sacaron un 100.
Good job, you guys. Very good. Dice Anaí que se sacaron un 100. Oh, you weren't on mute. Okay. I thought you were on mute. Okay, good job. So what I love about Connie and how she did this is she's so knowledgeable, okay? She's so cool, calm, and collected. She doesn't sound desperate for a sale.
Or nervous.
She doesn't sound nervous. She's just coming to her past client with some information. And you know what? It's a professional relationship that they have. So Michelle's not caught off guard that like, oh, why would you come to me with this information? No, she understands that this is her profession. She worked with her before. She enjoyed the process with her before. Connie has kept in touch with her by sending postcards and stuff. So she's like, oh, cool. You're getting the postcards. I see that you see me, even though we're not talking on the phone every day, even though we're not BFFs like we used to be whenever we were shopping for a house because we had to see each other every weekend. You're getting my stuff. All right, cool. Cool, calm, and collected, very knowledgeable, and she took a very informative approach. Okay. And the more information she gave, the more it opened up Michelle's just like her curiosity to other questions that she had, right? So that's another thing is like your preparation is key. Be informed, be ready. Again, the way that I'm doing it, that I would recommend you guys do it, is already have the CMA done. Don't just call people and tell them, hey, it's a seller's market. Have the CMA done already. That way, when you're calling and you're telling them it's a seller's market and I wanted to know if by any chance you were thinking about selling, we actually don't want to start with that. We want to use, we want to bait them in. This is a sales tactic, okay? You do want to bait them in the sense of, I'm going to give you value. The value that I'm going to give you is going to then spike your curiosity and you're going to come to me. So I'm going to come to you and I'm going to bring you this value and then you're going to come to me because you're going to become curious with that value that I've given you. So we're not coming off as just salespeople and like, hey, this is what you guys can do. Or are you thinking about selling? It's like, hey, I'm coming to you and I have this information. And did you know, by the way, right now, your house is going to be worth anywhere between 200 and 230. You bought it 2 years ago at 190. In the history of real estate, you've never seen this before. Last year, you couldn't call people that bought their house 2 years ago and tell them to sell their house. Matter of fact, when they called you, you had to tell them no. You had to tell them no, like, I'm sorry, but we can't sell your house. And if we do, like, if you really need to get out, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to come to the closing table with maybe $5,000. Use the opportunity that you have. You have the opportunity. For those of you that are relatively new, you can call people that you sold a house to 2 years ago. That's crazy, mind-blowing. So use that opportunity. All right, we don't have a lot of time left, but everybody's going to participate today. So Oscar and Norma, you guys are next. I want Oscar to be the realtor. And Norma, you will be, let's see, Oscar, do we have, Oscar's new, so we don't have a bunch of past clients. Norma's going to be your cousin also. Okay? She's going to be your cousin or a family friend or something like that. And you're calling her. She has a home. You know, she has a home with her husband. You have her address. You already did the CMA and you're just calling to give her this information. Okay? So ready and action.
Hola Norma, ¿cómo estás? Habla Oscar.
Hola, Oscar, bien, ¿y tú? ¡Qué milagro!
¿Sí me oigo?
Perdón, no te escuché, no te escuché.
¿Qué? Hola, Oscar, ¿cómo estás? ¡Qué milagro!
Ya sé, tanto tiempo sin hablar. ¿Cómo están mis primos?
Bien, bien, aquí todos bien, apurados con lo del COVID todavía, pero ay, a ver cuándo se acaba todo esto. ¿Ustedes cómo están?
Sí, ¿cómo les ha ido con la pandemia?
Pues bien, gracias a Dios no hemos parado de trabajar, eso es bueno. ¿A ustedes?
Qué bien, qué bien. Bien, también, pues también aquí estoy. Ya sé que hace tiempo que le había comentado que había sacado la licencia de bienes raíces
Ah, sí,
y de hecho le hablaba porque hace tiempo, sí, de hecho le hablaba porque hace tiempo me había comentado que usted estaba interesada en vender la casa.
ay, pues es que no sé si sea buen momento, la verdad. Sí, estaba pensando, pero, ay, de repente quiero y de repente no sé la verdad. ¿Tú qué piensas?
¿Por qué dice que a veces que cambia de opinión?
Porque no sé si sea buen momento. Ahorita con todo lo del COVID, no sé, la gente no está trabajando todavía, hay negocios cerrados. Entonces digo, ay, pues ¿cómo va a tener la gente para comprar casa? No sé si esperarme o no sé, la verdad.
Sí.
¿Tú qué
Pues
piensas,
déjeme le
Oscar?
digo, de hecho, ahorita el mercado está más activo que nada. Entonces, para los vendedores, sacan el valor, o sea, más alto por su casa, de hecho.
¿De
Ahorita
veras?
se están vendiendo las casas súper rápido, sí.
¿En
Sí, de
serio?
hecho,
¡Wow!
sí, hace tiempo que ya me había dicho usted que quería vender la casa y hice un análisis de su casa, más o menos de lo que la pueda vender. No sé si quisiera verlo.
¿De veras? Sí, claro que sí me interesa. Gracias. Ay, qué padre, ya me emocioné otra vez, Oscar.
Sí,
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 sí
de
lo quiero
hecho
ver.
es el mejor tiempo para vender. Sí, hay que coordinar, hacer una cita pues para poder enseñárselo y pues la verdad, súper ventaja ahorita que tienen ustedes como vendedores.
Sí, fíjate que sí, le voy a comentar a mi esposo y a ver cuándo tenemos tiempo de verte para ver esos números, sí me interesaría bastante.
Sí, sé que ustedes no trabajan el fin de semana, no quisieran verse tal vez un sábado en la mañana.
Ay, ¿sabes qué? Tengo torneos con mi hija. Ay, se me complica poquito los fines de semana, de hecho, pero entre semana, cualquier día en la tarde.
Ok, sí, si quieren nos podemos ver el martes en la tarde también. Mejor.
Perfecto, el martes en la tarde. Sí, para estar los dos y ya vemos y sirve que platicamos de la familia también. Qué suave.
Sí, sí, claro. Ahí nos juntamos un rato y ahí sí, se trae a su esposo y ahí platicamos bien y pues sí, estamos en comunicación entonces.
Sí, ahí te vienes para la casa para que la veas y me digas si está todavía en buena condición o si le hacemos algo. Ya estoy lista.
Claro, pues.
Ok. Ándale pues, Oscar, me saludas a la familia. Gusto en saludarte. Bye.
Pues igualmente, bye.
Bye.
Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. So, you guys are doing really good in a sense that I appreciate first your participation. You guys have all come a long way because I used to get on here and I couldn't see any of your beautiful faces, and I love seeing your beautiful faces and hearing your beautiful voices. So thank you so much for the participation. I hope you guys are understanding how valuable this is for you. Oscar, Norma, Oscar, very good. You know what you have to say. You're just not coming in with confidence. Norma led that conversation. She really did. She led that conversation. You need to take the lead. You have to take control of the conversation. You already know what you got to say. Take control. I know the connection was a little off, so it was lagging. So it was taking you a minute to hear her also. It helped me build my confidence when I was talking to people. When I would practice, and imagine talking to somebody that I was very comfortable with. So I'm very comfortable speaking to my sister. That was just the person that I would imagine whenever I would practice what I was going to say in my head or out loud. So you guys, if you're having a hard time getting through what you're going to say, you have to practice. It sounds crazy and it looks crazy, but if you have to get in front of a mirror and practice, if you have to write it down, you really can, and you might have to. When I first started, I had it written down right here. Like, okay, it would literally look like this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. All right. So it's just my template, okay? It's just my template. When I was brand new and you're on the phone, they can't see you. So I just had it here. You're supposed to be taking notes on what they're saying anyways. So I just had it here just in case at any time I got stuck. Okay, I already asked about their family and I would write it down. Ask about their occupation, then I would write it down. Ask about recreation, write it down. Dream or desire, write it down. And then this is my little money symbols, because this is when I get to talk about real estate. Okay, and this is when I get to do my pitch. Now here, I would actually recommend that if you don't know, like if you struggle with knowing what to say, you can even write the line that you're going to say is really going to be the exact same line all the time. So you can actually write it out and just say it exactly the same way every single time. So one of the things that I've noticed that all of you guys have done is you're following the script up until a point. So remember, what we're doing is not just calling them and offering them a CMA. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're calling them and we're telling them we already did a CMA. We already did a CMA, and this is what your numbers look like. Because if you call and you just offer a CMA, I guarantee you're not going to get the best response, because not everybody's interested. You're calling not just to say, hey, the market looks good. Have you ever thought about selling? It's not a strong enough pitch. It's just not. What you're calling and saying is, hey, I don't know if you know this, but the market is on fire right now. It's hot. Like, sellers are getting a ridiculous amount of money for their homes. Homes in El Paso have never been worth this much. I wanted to let you know that I already did a market analysis on your property, and based off what I have, your home right now, I know would sell from anywhere between $200,000 to $230,000. If that's something that you would like to entertain a little more, if you want to get a better estimate on exactly how much it would sell for, I can give you more information by going out to your house, seeing what you've done to it. I haven't been to your house in a while. Most of you guys haven't been to your family's house in a while because of quarantine. So it's going to give you an excuse to get out there like, hey, I haven't seen the house in a while. But if this is something that you want to entertain a little bit more, I can go out there and get you a better analysis. Because what we're trying to get is we're trying to get the listing appointment, right? You have to be very clear about what your objective is. My objective is to get a listing appointment. So if there's one thing that all of you guys have done is you've all been very passive about what you're calling about. It's too passive. If you want this to work and you don't want to feel frustrated because it's not working, stick to the script. I'm telling you exactly what to do and exactly what to say. So you all do the forward very well, but when it comes to the end, stop doing the, hey, in case you're wondering, I can do a, no, I already did the market analysis. I already know where your home's gonna land. Let me give you the price range. Based off of that, would you like to know more? Okay. So
Connie wants
I have a
to-
question. No, I have,
uh-huh.
what I used to do on in the open houses, there's two things. When I get some prospect, I always offer a courtesy market analysis. And another thing that I used to do is ask for referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I used to do in my open houses, and it helps a lot.
Yeah. So if you talk to your peeps and they're like, nah, I'm not really interested. Thank you. That's really awesome to know, but I'm not really interested. Ask for referrals. Who else do you know that owns a house right now? Just literally, not even somebody that's thinking about selling, but who else owns a house right now? And especially with your family, you guys, talk to your family. Like, you guys are gonna laugh, but when I first started, I literally took my mom's phone from her and I was like, let me look at your contacts. And I was like, who's this? Oh, that's somebody that I used to work with. Can I call them? Yeah, sure. Who's this? And because I kept asking her for contacts and she wouldn't send them to me. So one time I went to her house and I was like, let me borrow your phone. Can I call this person right here? Who are they? Tell me a little bit about them. Like, how do you know them? All right. And I literally went, so with your family and with your friends, you can be a little more open. Like, hey, look, I'm really trying to make sure that everybody knows this information, that needs to know this information. Who else do you know that owns a house right now? Just like, you know, somebody that owns a house right now that I don't know. Who is that? Just one. Let me call and introduce myself. Let me give them quick numbers. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with you. I'm not going to bug them. If they don't want to sell, they don't want to sell. I just want to give them this information. And when you call them, you have the in now, because now you're like, oh, hey, Alvaro sent me to you. He's my, my brother sent me to you. He said that you have a house. I just really wanted to give you this quick information, see what you thought, leave it alone. You wait for them. Are they interested or aren't they? If they're interested, you set up that listing appointment. If they're not, well, hey, look, thanks. I appreciate the time that you gave me. I hope this helps you out. I hope you got some value out of this call. Like I said before, I just really want everybody to have this information that needs to have this information. I don't know who's out there that's thinking about selling or could really use some extra money right now. Who do you know that owns a house that I don't know?
Another thing that I want to share is that this is the way I track my prospects. I let them write their information, and I keep keep calling them and following with them.
Yeah, so if you've done open houses before, you have these logs. I know I do. I have a book. I probably have a couple of books of open houses, and I know I have addresses in there. Go through it and just get the addresses, do your quick CMA, and then call. Hey, I know they don't remember me, but look, real quick, I was just calling because I met you a while ago at an open house. I just wanted to give you this information. Now, if you're cold calling, if you're calling people that aren't going to remember you, you got to speed it up a little bit. You can't go through forward as much. You got to get quick to the point. all very good ideas. I really, if you guys have to jump off, if you have somewhere else that you need to be, that is fine. I said that everybody's going to participate and I meant it. So up next, we have Anaí and myself. Okay.
Can I just sit next to you?
She logged off.
I did. I ran.
Too bad for her because she's here. All right, so she's gonna just sit next to me. She got to hear the calls in person, so she's got a little bit of an upper hand on you guys. Let's see how much she paid attention. All right, so I'm gonna be I'll be your cousin.
Okay.
I'll be your cousin, and then you can be new realtor, and you're just calling to give me this information.
Okay.
All right. Ready and action. Ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hi, Prima. How are you?
Hey, girl. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. How's Alina?
She's good, girl. You know, she's doing her little homeschooling thing. It's kind of funny, but I don't know. She's into it. She likes it. So we don't really have any complaints. She likes to be in her pajamas all day doing her school. It's crazy, huh? Isn't that weird?
Yeah. I have a hard time with mine. He wants to stay in his pajamas all day too, but you got to get him out. You got to get him to see they're still in school.
Dude, yes, I have a hard time with her too. I'm constantly telling her, like, you know, get up, get ready, but I don't know, girl. Hopefully everything goes back to normal soon, because it is really different having them here, and I'm just ready for her to go back to school.
Yeah. How's work been are you still working, or do you stay home with her all day?
Yeah, so work is a little different. I'm working from home, so I guess it works out because I'm just here. Like, I work from home while she does her school, so it kind of works out. But man, I miss going to the office. I miss my coworkers and stuff. But pues ni modo, you know, what can I do? I'm just happy that I can still work right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing to still have a job. A lot of people have not had a job for a good minute. But hey, I don't want to keep you a lot of time. I was just calling you because I did a oh my God. No. That I did a complimentary market analysis for you on your house, and I just wanted to let you know that your house right now is worth anywhere between 180 to like 200,000.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I bought this thing for like 120.
Yeah, that's the market right now. People are definitely making their money back, and you know, ending up with a little bit of money, you know, for a new house. I don't know how, you know, how you would feel about buying another house, but you know, if you were thinking about it, I think right now would be the best time.
That's crazy. That just kind of blows my mind. Honestly, I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. It really wasn't in my head, but I had no idea that my house could be worth that much. Okay. I mean, I could use some bigger closets. I guess I would consider it. Okay, so let's say that I was to sell my house. What does that even look like? I've never sold a home before. What does that even look like?
You're gonna do that, huh? Okay. So
She's doing so good. Stop doubting yourself. Keep going.
So first of all, you know, I do want to sit down with you. I want to, you know, I haven't been to your house in a while, you know, pretty much since you bought it. So I do want to get out there and I want to take a look, you know, just to see how you've, you know, maintained it and if you've changed anything up on it. You know, just so I can give you like a more exact number. And then, you know, there I'll actually sit down with you and I'll go over the steps, you know, that come after getting the house on the, you know, the steps to get the house on the market and the steps after. You know, I'm going to help you with staging, photography, you know, all of that good stuff. And then, you know, but like I said, I'll go over all of that at the appointment that when I go out to your house.
Okay, yeah, girl, it sounds good. I mean, I can't guarantee that I'm going to sell the house. I really haven't put thought into this, but I mean, if you can give me some more information, I mean, it's something for me to think about.
Yeah, of course. Let me come over this weekend, and we can get the kids together, and in the meantime we can sit down and talk, and that way, I can fill you in a little bit better, and maybe make you feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea of maybe selling it.
Okay, yeah, that works. How much does this cost?
Oh, no. This is complimentary. You're good.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, girl. Well, yes, thank you so much for the call. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I will talk to you later.
All right, I'll see you on Saturday.
Yes. Good job. Very
Oh my
good.
God.
You doubt yourself halfway through, though. I don't know why. She did good, right? That's probably the best role playing you've done.
Yeah?
That was really good. Yeah.
Where's my license?
She's working on getting her license. I'm not waiting until she gets her license for her to figure this out. She needs to figure this out now. All right. So that is actually more of how it goes. Okay. It's not a very passive, hey, do you want a market analysis? Blah, 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 realtor talk, realtor talk, realtor talk. No, bait. Look, this is how much your house is worth right now. Did you know this? I'm like, what? Guys, if they bought a house 5 years ago and it's $40,000 more right now, that's not typical of El Paso. People aren't used to that. We're not used to that. I look at houses that I sold a couple of years ago and I'm like, how is it worth what it's worth right now? That's crazy. It's mind blowing to me, and I'm in the industry. So give them the number, because that's what's going to give them that bit of curiosity. And I could see myself being in that position right now. Like, well, I mean, I wasn't thinking about selling, but I also wasn't thinking that my house was worth what you're telling me that it's worth. Like, it almost seems too good to be true. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Let me go out there and I'll get you a better estimate. Okay. So her hesitation came in where she was saying, or where I asked, so what does that look like to me? And she did well in the hesitation. Be confident, guys. Just be confident in yourself. Trust yourself. Okay. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to say. So trust yourself. Give a little bit of information. Don't go overboard with the information. So look, the way that it's going to work is we still need more information. There's not enough information for you to make a decision yet. Okay. I need to go out to the house to look at the house to give you a better estimate. And then we need to see where you stand with the pre-qualification process, kind of like what Connie was talking about. But that's it. That's all I really need to say at that point. So why don't we do this? Why don't we set up a good time to meet on Saturday? And at that appointment, I'll go into detail with you on how the process is going to look exactly. Because that's the question I was asking. Like, well, what does that look like to me? Like, how does that? And she's right. Like, I'm not going to tell you this over the phone right now. That's the sit down conversation that I want with you. So let me give you like a really brief synopsis. Is there's still information that we're missing. There's still information that you're missing to make the decision. Let me get out there, give you that information, see where you stand on the pre-qualification process, and then you can make the decision. Okay? Any questions? No? You guys did awesome today. Thank you so much for your participation. Pat yourself on the back, because it's that participation. Yes, it's that participation. It's that rehearsal that you guys need. It's that warm up. It's, loosening up, practicing. If you don't practice with me, if you don't practice with each other, you're going to practice on your clients. And you see how all of you at some point hesitated or got nervous or you doubted yourself. If you don't do it here, you're going to do it with your clients. Okay. And you're up against 1,000 other agents that are hungry too. So practice on your own time. That way, when you get out there, you're cool, calm, and collected like Miss Connie, confident, you know your stuff, and you're ready to go. Okay? Challenge yourself to make calls. Today's what? Thursday? So today and tomorrow, at the very least, you guys can make 5 calls today, 5 calls tomorrow. Anaí was there. I'm not lying. We made 5 or 6 calls and we have 3 warm leads right now. Okay? It doesn't take a lot. So 5 calls today, 5 calls tomorrow. That's 5 CMAs. That's a total of 10 CMAs. This is going to take you, you're going to have to block out 2 to 3 hours, depending on how long you guys take to do these CMAs. Now, remember, your CMAs don't have to be perfect because you just need a range. So don't spend too much time trying to perfect your CMA. You haven't been in the house. Just get that range and then make the calls. I would recommend you do the CMAs first and then you do the calls after. That way you're not like going back and forth. Okay, so you get in the flow of doing the CMAs and then you get in the flow of making your calls. I really want to hear how this goes for you on Monday. Do it for yourself. Do it for your business. You guys have invested a lot of time, money, and effort into your business already. Okay, your business is not free and you don't get paid if you don't close on anything. I want you guys to close on stuff. I want you guys to get into the momentum of closing consistently. That's how you become a successful realtor. Not about closing one deal here and one deal there, and then your life is a roller coaster because sometimes you get paid and sometimes you don't. You want consistent work, consistent revenue. And in order for you to do that, you have to build the momentum. So right now, if the momentum isn't going, it's okay. You have to start somewhere, but you have to start to build the momentum. And when is it hardest to build the momentum? It's hardest to build the momentum in the beginning. That initial push is always the hardest. Remember, we talked about when you first decide to go to the gym, when you first decide to go on a diet, when you first decide to give up Coke or smoking or drinking. It's always the hardest the first week. Get through that, push through that, be the disciplined business owner that you are. Okay? And I will talk to you guys on Monday. And I expect to hear a lot of success stories. Hopefully we have a training of nothing but success stories because everybody has amazing stories to share. I wish you guys a lot of luck. You guys are awesome. You guys are confident. You guys are competent. You are professionals. You know what you're doing. So get out there and show the world, okay? All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Denise.
You're welcome. Bye. Have a great day.